Welcome back. Welcome back. We got some Donut Operator review here. We're going to be watching some Donut Operator Leo recap, 100 riders versus a few cops. Before we get into it, if you like watching Comedy Crime and breakdown videos and that kind of stuff and my kind of comedy, and you like my stupid jokes, then like and subscribe. If not, comment below why you're so grumpy. Without further ado, let's get into it, okay? And we're gonna see how many times I can say,
Hi everyone, Donut here. Let's do another Leo recap, kind of. There were so many people mad in my last video for talking in my own goddamn videos, I figured I'd just make another one. To all the people who do stick around for my silly commentary, I just want to say thank you. I wouldn't be to almost 4 million subscribers if it wasn't for you beautiful bastards. We're going to talk about a couple things today, but mostly we're going to be focusing on the peaceful protest in Atlanta. So peaceful.
I always love it, those when they say peaceful protest is and there's like an entire building on fire and there's people in body armor and gas masks using bottle rockets as improvised rocket launchers and using things like M80s, wrapping nails and throwing them at gas station stuff. That's what peaceful is. What's unpeaceful? Nuclear warfare?
We talked about this a little bit a couple videos ago. The video where the guy that killed the little kid got Spartan kicked into another dimension. I talked about one of the peaceful protesters who shot a police officer there in Atlanta for the Stop the Cop City movement getting smoked by police. We're going to talk about that just a little bit more today because it's been pretty crazy there in Atlanta. But first, a word from our sponsor. Before we get into our video, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you buy a ton of stuff on Amazon like I do? Well, then you're going to want to check out our sponsor for this video, Cultivate. Cultivate is a browsing extension that helps you save a bunch of money on Amazon. Full economy. Let's say I want a new gaming laptop and I go... They're causing a bunch of damage in downtown Atlanta because one of their friends got smoked after shooting a police officer.
Oh no, we got an ad. Oh, I hate ads. Oh, I hate them so much. I am so sorry. Okay. Well, what the hell is this an ad for? I have no clue. Is it over? Oh no, we got another freaking ad. I don't care. I don't care. Stop.
TLDR, people are lining up to protest this big park where the Atlanta government wants to put a first responder training facility. First responder meaning police, fire, and EMS. They're just calling it Cop City because yes, they are going to train police officers there, but they're also going to train other first responders to, I don't know, better save your life. There's a huge park that's about 400 acres and Atlanta wants 85 acres of it to build this training facility right here. Like I said, they're calling it Cop City, which is why hashtag Stop Cop City is trending on Twitter at the moment. It's not just cops, it's fire and EMS, like I said a minute ago. You know, the people that will save your life and put your burning dog out if the cops can't do it. Good thing the ATF doesn't respond to things like that, they just shoot it. If the geniuses who are protesting would actually go to the Atlanta website and read about the training center, they might not be such little hippie assholes. A lot of the anger comes from, oh, they're destroying the forest there. They're putting the training facility on a place where there's already no trees. According to ATLTrainingCenter.com, the training center will sit on land that has long been cleared of hardwood trees through previous uses of the site. Arborists have confirmed the existing vegetation on the land is overwhelmingly dominated by invasive species like brush, weeds, vines, and softwood trees. Enough of logic, let's get to the action. The other day, there was a rather large music festival to protest the creation of Cop City. After the music festival, 50 plus people threw on all black and camouflage clothing and started marching towards a construction site that police were protecting. Oh, that looks like well over 100 people. It's a coordinated attack if I've ever seen one. But no, Antifa doesn't exist. The large group arrived at the construction site and immediately started setting things on fire. I'm surprised all these spoiled children were even successful at setting things on fire considering how bad they are at everything else in life. For instance, throwing rocks. I'm pretty sure Backpack Noodle there beamed a guy in the head on the other side of the tractor. Anyway, things got really heated when they chased police away from the construction site. The police who were pulling security retreated behind another gate while Antifa pursued them and threw Molotovs, fireworks, and large rocks at them. You can see at one part the officers trying to get the gate closed while they are bombed with fireworks.
I'd like to use this opportunity to point out how stupid eco-terrorists are. So, eco-terrorists are always trying to do shit like the stupidest things on the planet, like save the environment by blowing up a oil pipeline. Because they're afraid it's going to leak oil into the environment. What happens if you blow it up? The dumbest thing on the planet. We're gonna save the trees, so we're gonna commit arson. That's the stupidest thing on the planet. We want to save these trees, so we're gonna burn them down. Let's save these trees with Molotov cocktails and explosives. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, it's the stupidest thing on the planet. It's the same crap over and over again. Eco-terrorists always talk about saving the environment but cause the biggest environmental disasters, like massive wildfires that cause huge amounts of pollution and and increase the amount of carbon in our atmosphere by tenfold. I mean, those put out way more than if every person in California ran their car for a year straight. It would put off more. One wildfire puts off more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere than anything else.
As soon as they get everything set on fire across the street, including several pieces of heavy machinery, some buildings, all sorts of damage, they head out and change back into normal clothes at the actual peaceful protest down the road. In the end, police called up with some of them and detained 35 people. Out of those 35 people, 23 of them were detained and charged with domestic terrorism. Felony domestic terrorism. Ooh, they look exactly like how I would have guessed, and the majority of them are actually out of state. Only 2 of them live in Georgia. They're traveling from all over the country just to come destroy in Atlanta. There's a lot of people really mad on the internet that these protesters are being charged with domestic terrorism. Terrorism, which by definition means using violence for political gain. Speaking of terrorism, one of the people that got charged, one of those mugshots that we just saw, is an attorney for the Southern Poverty Law Center. Yep, that Southern Poverty Law Center that federal law enforcement agencies hold in high regard with classifying groups as terrorists. They got a man on the inside. You know what they used to use for things like this back in the day?
That's a handicap spot!
Make the AM 180 great again. I'm joking about shooting peaceful protesters. It was just a little joke, as a treat. I don't see a problem with shooting guys throwing Molotovs at you, though. The cops should seriously, at the very least, consider getting some spicy balls and some spicy air. I wonder why they didn't have any already with that many people in that area that were causing trouble. I still don't understand the whole, hey, police need better training and stop shooting so many people, and then they're trying to give them better training, but then they're crying about them trying to get better training. I'm still a huge advocate of, if you want police to stop shooting people so much, make them more dangerous. They'll be less likely to go for a gun in an intense situation. But what the f do I know? How do you think police should have handled that situation when they were getting pretty much bombs thrown at them by a huge crowd? AM 180? Run faster away from the crowd? Tear gas and pepper balls? Like I said, I don't know why they didn't have that. Just let me know in the comments below in a calm and rational manner. That's all I have for you fine people today.
Well, I can tell you this. I'm full-heartedly believe that if someone uses lethal force on you, which that's what a Molotov cocktail is, that's what a blunt object like throwing a rock at someone's head is, that person can then use lethal force to protect themselves. If someone brings lethal force to the table to try to harm you, that makes lethal force fair game. That means the party you're trying to harm with lethal force, like burning them alive and like burning them alive with Molotov cocktails, and also bludgeoning them with rocks, that does mean that can in fact warrant lethal force, because those are lethal things to do to someone. Don't do that. Don't throw firebombs at police, because they can turn around and just shoot your ass. It would have been completely justifiable. When the court asked, why'd you shoot them? They were trying to burn me alive. How do you know that? They were throwing Molotov cocktails at us. I'm sorry, I don't think they meant to give us a hug with them. So at the end of the day, yes, that is lethal actions. Lethal force on a police officer does justify lethal force. So don't do that. Don't be a dumbass protester. Anyways, like and subscribe for more videos like this and more of my angry rants. See you guys next time.